Imagine opening Instagram and seeing Gordon Ramsay, not the fiery chef screaming in the kitchen, but a man with a heavy bandage covering half his face. No witty cooking tips, no perfectly plated dishes, just raw honesty, and the warning that nobody expected. At 58, Ramsay revealed something fans never thought they'd hear. He had just undergone surgery to remove skin cancer, and he didn't sugarcoat it. He posted photos, one with a thick bandage wrapping down the side of his face, another exposing stitches etched across his skin near his ear. It wasn't filtered, it wasn't polished, it was real. In the caption, he thanked the medical team that caught it early and removed the basal cell carcinoma before it spread. Then, in true Ramsay style, he cut through the tension with humor. "I promise you it's not a facelift, I need a refund." But right after the joke came the punch. "Please don't forget your sunscreen this weekend." For a man known for his no-nonsense intensity, it wasn't just a health update, it was a public service announcement. Fans rushed to the comments, not with jokes or memes, but with heartfelt support. "So glad you're safe, chef. Speedy recovery." And among them, one stood out. His daughter Holly simply wrote, "Love you, Dad." Just 3 words, but they carried more weight than any critique he's ever given on Hell's Kitchen. What made this reveal so powerful wasn't just the diagnosis, it was the vulnerability. Gordon Ramsay, the iron-willed perfectionist, exposed his scars to show the world that even the strongest aren't untouchable. And in doing so, he forced millions to ask themselves a simple question: when was the last time I protected myself from the sun? But here's the thing, this wasn't the first time Ramsay had delivered a wake-up call about survival. For millions, sunscreen is an afterthought, but Gordon's diagnosis isn't just another celebrity headline, it's a wake-up call. The type of skin cancer Ramsay faced, basal cell carcinoma, isn't always the deadliest, but it is the most common. It usually grows on areas exposed to the sun, the nose, ears, neck, and face. Doctors say it rarely spreads to other organs, but if ignored, it can disfigure, damage tissue, and become far harder to treat. That's why his quick surgery mattered so much. What makes basal cell carcinoma so dangerous is that it can creep up slowly. Sometimes it looks like a small bump, a patch of dry skin, or a scar that doesn't heal. For someone like Ramsay, who spends hours under hot studio lights, traveling and filming outdoors, that risk multiplies. Seeing a larger-than-life figure pull back the curtain on something so ordinary yet threatening struck a chord. If Gordon Ramsay, the unstoppable, sharp-tongued chef, can be blindsided by skin cancer, it drives home a point. No one's immune. His warning wasn't just casual advice. It was lived experience turned into a plea for awareness. Before the cancer scare ever made headlines, Ramsay was already warning fans about another life-or-death risk, and this one nearly crushed him, literally. In June 2024, while cycling in Connecticut, Gordon Ramsay took a brutal fall. He later showed the world a shocking photo, his torso covered by a massive purple bruise stretching across his ribs and stomach. No broken bones, no internal damage, but enough trauma to leave him shaken. On Instagram, Ramsay didn't sugarcoat it. "I'm lucky to be here," he wrote, holding up his shirt to reveal the bruise. And then came his lesson. "Honestly, you've got to wear a helmet. I don't care how short the journey is." It was direct, urgent, and very Ramsay, cutting through the noise with the warning people couldn't ignore. Fans are used to seeing Ramsay in command, tearing through kitchens and pushing others to their limits. To see him vulnerable, hurt, bruised, yet grateful to be alive, was jarring. The image went viral not just because of the injury, but because of what it symbolized. Even the toughest can fall, and sometimes the only thing between life and death is a helmet strap. First, a crash that could have cost him his life. Then, a cancer scare, caught just in time. Both moments, different causes, but the same theme. Gordon Ramsay using his scars as megaphones, telling fans to take their health seriously. For once, the sharp-tongued chef didn't spark controversy. He sparked compassion. The moment Gordon Ramsay shared his diagnosis, the world responded. The comments on his Instagram reveal filled instantly. Prayers, encouragement, and relief. Messages like, "So glad you're sorted," "Speedy recovery, chef," and "Thanks for the reminder," reflected just how deeply his warning struck. It wasn't just about a celebrity scare. It felt personal, because so many people know someone touched by skin cancer. Among the sea of comments, one stood out. His daughter Holly Ramsay simply wrote, "Love you, Dad." Short, but powerful. For a man with 5 children, that public support showed the other side of Ramsay, the father who isn't just fighting for his career, but for the people closest to him. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Fans are used to seeing Ramsay as the fiery chef of Hell's Kitchen, barking orders and pushing contestants past their limits. But here, he wasn't the boss, he was the patient, vulnerable, stitched up, scar visible for all to see. That vulnerability made the lesson louder. Protect yourself, because even the strongest can be caught off guard. After his bike crash in 2024, Ramsay didn't just shrug it off. He told fans point blank, "I'm lucky to be here." His message? Helmets save lives, no excuses. Fast forward to 2025, and he's back with another warning. This time, it's not about helmets, but sunscreen. Two very different dangers, but the same clear pattern. Ramsay's using his close calls to push others to take precautions before it's too late. It's not just that Ramsay is famous, it's that his delivery cuts through. He mixes humor with urgency. In one breath, he's joking about needing a refund if his scar were a facelift. And the next, he's reminding millions of followers to put on sunscreen. That blend of wit and sincerity makes the advice stick because it feels real. When celebrities talk about health, it can feel staged. But with Ramsay, it's different. His scars, bruises, and stitches weren't PR stunts. They were survival stories. And that authenticity makes people listen. Fans saw a man who built his empire on toughness admit that even he needs protection. For Ramsay, the message isn't about sympathy, it's about prevention. Helmets, sunscreen, awareness, small steps that can save lives. And when someone who's built a career on intensity slows down to say, protect yourself, people take notice. For decades, Gordon Ramsay has built a brand on being unstoppable. But these back-to-back health scares raise a question few expected to ask. Will he finally slow down? Ramsay's schedule is brutal. Dozens of restaurants worldwide, multiple TV shows filming across continents, endless travel, long hours, and high stress. That lifestyle pushes the limits of anyone's health. And for a man in his late 50s, the risks are stacking up. First came the crash. Bruised, shaken, but grateful for his helmet. Then came the cancer. Caught early, treated quickly, but a sobering reminder that even he can't cook his way out of danger. Together, these moments feel less like coincidences and more like warnings. For fans, Ramsay's scars don't tarnish his image, they humanize it. Seeing the tough chef vulnerable doesn't weaken his brand, it makes him relatable. It shows that beneath the fire and fury, he's a man confronting the same battles as everyone else. And as his journey continues, one thing's certain. Ramsay isn't just leaving behind recipes, he's leaving warnings written in bruises and stitches. The final question is, will people actually listen? From a bike crash that nearly crushed him to a skin cancer diagnosis caught just in time, Gordon Ramsay's journey has become more than just about food. It's about survival. For years, we've known Ramsay as the fire-breathing chef who never slows down. But his scars tell a different story, one about the risks we ignore until it's too late. Helmets, sunscreen, awareness, they're small steps, but for him, they meant the difference between tragedy and another chance. These health scares don't just shape Ramsay's future, they're lessons for anyone watching. If someone with his resources, drive, and discipline can be blindsided, what about the rest of us? His story isn't just about recovery, it's a reminder to take action before life forces us to. So here's the question. Will Ramsay's warnings actually change how people live, or will fans keep treating his advice like background noise until the next scare? Because one thing's certain, Gordon Ramsay isn't just serving dishes anymore. He's serving wake-up calls. And the real challenge is whether we'll listen.